You're right, guys, how's it going? Spicy tomato relish today. All I'm going to do to start off with is get the tomatoes peeled and the onions all chopped up and salted and sugared overnight. So I'll bring you back tomorrow with all the ingredients, okay? Hope you like the new addition. It's stopping the glare, you know, because it was a bit messing up the exposure yesterday. Oh, that's enough of that. God, I've had this about 20 years. Right, let's get on with it. While the water's boiling for skinning the tomatoes, gonna get the onions done. 3 different types actually. That's Stuttgarter, that's a Shensu. No, that's whatever, I can't remember. Anyway, let's get these chopped up. Pretty fine. I'll tell you what, I can take the skin off that because that's been in the air drying. I was hoping to be ready for the show, but it wasn't. Do it that way. So a fairly fine chop, because it's going to go in a relish, and they probably won't disappear too much. Right, a bit of a mass production this, I'll tell you. Just wash these tea towels in. It's always best to use a damp tea towel because it soaks up better. Anyway, that's the onions all done, so put those to one side, and the tomatoes will get chucked in there as well. Right, what we're going to do then, we're going to core the tomatoes, thumb in the centre and just twist like that. Just take a little bit out and just drop them in the boiling water. 30 seconds, so if I'm quick enough I can get 2 in. Ooh. And probably get the first one out. I'll turn the hob off just so it's a bit quieter. It's not much quieter, mind. Right, into the cold water, which will need changing in a minute because it'll get warmer. I'll do a couple and I'll bring you back when they're all done. So, finger in the centre, knife in the side, and just twist the tomato. Easy. Let's do one of these while we're waiting. What we do then, use a knife and just peel the skins off. There we are. Once you get going, it's easy. It's getting going's a problem. Oh dear. Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a second tray and save the skins for powder, tomato powder. Right, here we are. Quick cut in half. And in there, right, let's get these out. Might be quicker to do it with your fingers, actually, yeah. There we are, coming off nice and easy now, look. 1.5 kilos. And if you were doing a dish where you wanted to take the seeds out, all you need to do now is cut it in half and use your thumb just to push the seeds out. They come out dead easy. It's like wallpaper. Taking wallpaper off. When you get a big bit, you're really happy. Like that. Ooh. Right, last one, and I'll turn you off. I'll have to put my bandana back on. It's getting bright again. Oh, there we are. Last couple. Ooh, look at that. In one. In one. Ooh, that'll do. Right, save that. Give that a good wipe off. Right, just going to mix these up a little bit so the onions aren't all at the bottom. Try not to chuck them across the garden. And sprinkle with sugar and salt. A bit of each. Just make sure they're well covered so they can start giving up their juices. I should imagine with tomatoes there'd be quite a lot. So what's that? Two 2 dessert spoons of sugar. And 2 of salt. Yeah, and that'll do. I'm going to cover that with this damp tea towel and just leave it in the greenhouse overnight. Right then, here we are a day later, just over a day later. Bit of a crisis yesterday. Boy borrowed the car breaks down, 7 hours for recovery. Come home at 7 o'clock last night. Anyway, before we sort the tomatoes and onions out, it's going to go through the rest of the ingredients. 500 ml of malt vinegar, 500 ml of soft brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of plain flour or all-purpose flour. I've got to check this one. Yeah, tablespoon of mustard, bit of chilli powder, which I haven't got out here just yet because they're in here somewhere. Now, what I'd normally do, you know me with my recipes, I got all these millions, well, loads and loads of spices and herbs. So we have a bit of this and we have a bit of that, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know, lyrics go on the attack. Anyway, what we're doing this time, I'm going to use plain old curry powder, a tablespoon of that. So I'll dig the chilli out of these and we'll drain the tomatoes off. Right then, let's have a look at this. Get you a clear view. I think it's pretty safe to say that the salt and sugar have done their job. I'll get my phone as usual. Well, you look at the liquid that's come out of them. Which is good because it'd be a big mushy, horrible mess otherwise. So what I'm going to do is going to strain these off quickly. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to spoon them out because there's no way I'm going to tip that into there. So spoon them out and then we go and rinse them. And I'm not going to taste the water. Oh dear. Let's have a look at this then. You ready? Right, I'm going to go and rinse this. Okay then, that's them nicely rinsed. They're probably still dripping actually, yeah. Right, in the bowl. Be a bit tight this. Excuse me if you can't see it, but there you are. There we are. There's quite a lot in there actually. Oh. And what we need now, let's get it on the heat. Get it. Right, we just want 250 ml of the malt vinegar to start off with. There we are. And the rest of the ingredients come a bit later. So we get this boiling. I tell you what, I think, yeah, I did actually. I said 500 ml of brown sugar and it should be like 200 grams really. Yeah. Okay then, so that's boiling nicely. Turn it down a bit and simmer for 30 minutes to an hour. What we want is we want the onions to go soft and the tomatoes to break down a little bit, go a bit squidgy. Well, there we are, that's been 30 minutes. Oh, sat downwind here. And it's reducing quite nicely, and the onions are soft, and the tomatoes are breaking down a little bit. So now it's time to add the sugar and the chilli of your choice. And what I'm using is, if I can reach it, there we are, Aleppo pepper flakes from Spices on the Web. And I'll tell you what, where are we? Got my finger in. I'll leave a link to them on the in the description. I'm not affiliated to them, but they are really, really good. They do all these gift packs, and at the moment there's I think it's a 25% discount for quite a long time. So I might just have to top up my chilies as well. Okay then, so in with the sugar. Yeah, I've reduced that quite a bit. I mistakenly said 500 ml. I don't know why I said that. It's probably because I was talking about vinegar. Yeah. I think, you could probably use white sugar in this, but there's so few ingredients, you probably need the flavour of the brown sugar. Right, and 1 teaspoon of pepper flakes. I'm going to do a stupid thing here. A quick taste first. Should be alright, because it's only got 1 chilli highlighted. Oh yeah. Oh, they're quite tasty actually. Yeah, that'll do. If it's not warm enough, I always add a little bit at the end. Right, and now then we're going to leave that simmering for an hour. About an hour, reduce it even further and get the sugar, well, the sugar dissolved already. Get the chilli flavour in there, and then we'll come back with the rest of the bits. Okay, well that's been 45 minutes now, so just under an hour really. So let's have a quick look what it looks like. Here we are, look nice and thick. I did put another teaspoon of the Aleppo pepper flakes in, just a little bit warmer. It's not hot by any stretch of the imagination, but right, what we do now then, we've got 2. Let's get this out of the way, don't need that just yet. Need a bigger jug for this one. Another 250 ml of vinegar. I'm going to do 200 actually, 200. And what we're going to do now, we're going to put in a tablespoon of curry powder. This may be a bit awkward really, because the spoon's too big for the pot. We got here a teaspoon. Well, a teaspoon is, yeah, tablespoon's 3 teaspoons. So 3 teaspoons of this. It's always hard to get off this lid, but it's obviously doing its job, isn't it? There we are. And once again, this is that Monty's mustard. I'll tell you what, it's quite nice. I picked this up at, where was it? Malvern Spring Show it was, I believe, or was it? It's either that or a BBC Good Food Show. Yeah, 3 teaspoons, 1 tablespoon again. Right, and while we're whisking that in, we've got 2 tablespoons of just plain flour. Just put that in gently, a bit of time. You could use corn flour, cornstarch if you wanted to. Tapioca powder would work. Well, I'm using flour. Into the mix with it. I think most of it's gone in, yeah. Give it a good stir. And you can see, look, it's not put much liquid in, but it's thickening what was in there. So it's going nice and thick now. Ooh, that's probably going to be done. Well, it's off with the heat of that. So, it's all been sterilised, not just the jars, the funnel, the spoon. Ooh, that's nice and dollopy. Right, note for the future, have some half jars ready. Right, now the taste test. Oh, I'm like that. Yeah. That's not too hot. Yeah, that is nice. Right. Roll on a month's time and try it properly. Well, I've decided to call it Tangy Tomato and Onion Relish, instead of just tomato relish, or spicy tomato relish. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. This is tasty, I'll tell you. This is going to be nice in a month's time. Look after yourselves out there, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next recipe.